Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us on the program. I am Nifemi Oguntoye. The cap, though, is on to the much talked about 2023 general election, and there's been a lot of reaction trailing the former President Olusegun Obasanjo's letter endorsing the presidential candidate of the Labour Party. There are quite a number of endorsements that have followed. We heard from the Benue State Governor yesterday, whose special advisor now says that that's perhaps the way Nigeria should go. However, he says he's still a member of the PDP. He would have been supporting Obi all the way. We've also heard from Edwin Clark, another very highly esteemed elder statesman in the Niger Delta region, who's also given a nod to President Obasanjo's position. There are a lot of endorsements expected to follow in the coming days across political parties. There are associations and organizations that have also publicly endorsed one or two of the presidential candidates. On the show this morning, we're looking at the 2023 general election and matters arising, and I'm joined by Senator Adeseye Ogunlewe, who is a former Minister of Works and also a chieftain of the All Progressives Congress. Good morning, Senator. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Thank you, audience.
Yes, indeed. Interestingly, over a decade ago, some would consider you one of the biggest critics of Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, particularly when you were Minister of Works and it was
Certainly.
I know that in 2019 you joined the APC, but at what point did that change from being a critic of the former governor and now one of his most prominent supporters?
No, thank you for having me once more. You know, when I checked the number of registered voters in Nigeria, I discovered that the Northwest had about 21 million. The Southwest then had about 16 million registered voters. And since Buhari is from the Northwest, and since the person who assisted him to win that election is from the Southwest, I was thinking, is it not possible for the people of Southwest to be compensated for their support for Buhari? And who do I think is the appropriate person who could perform this, this miracle for the Southwest? And I didn't have any doubt that it was Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And I wrote a paper and I sent it to him. We are not too close at that time. But my interest was for this country, that who do I think could develop this country as we have evidence in Lagos State. Irrespective of our quarrels, he stands to me as somebody who is divine to perform miracle in whatever he handles. So that's it.
And you had this in mind as far back as 2019?
Yes.
Oh, you knew he was going to run then?
No. I believe he's the appropriate person that could lead Nigeria out of this wilderness.
Indeed.
And something was just talking to me that, look, you cannot sit down like this. This man is your friend or was your friend before. But you have these potentials in him. Why is it not possible for him to know that it is possible for him to be president of Nigeria? He's capable and he's brilliant enough and he had the credential to be the president of Nigeria. So that was what started my movement, my thinking, my appearances, and to God be the glory. It materialized.
So between 2013 and 2016, you were Minister of Works.
Yes.
At that time, former President Obasanjo was your boss.
Fantastic.
Let's talk about the reaction following his latest endorsement. 3 out of the 4 candidates former President Obasanjo has endorsed since 2007 eventually became president. Are you personally concerned that Asiwaju didn't get his endorsement this time? Because he had visited him in Ota during his pre-campaign consultations.
You have to separate the personality of Obasanjo from the personality of an average Nigerian. He's an individual character who believes in what he believes in and is hardly influenced by anything external. He considers things, he sits on his own, and he takes decisions. And he doesn't care whether you like that decision or not. So people who are commenting on his position or those endorsing any candidate, to my mind, you are wasting your time. You don't need to do so at all because the man does not even know that you are criticizing him. It's a person like that. Don't bother. Whatever he wants to do, he must have thought about it very thoroughly and he will stand by it. Whether you are criticizing him or whether you have a different opinion, does not matter to him at all.
But were you expecting him to support Asiwaju?
Yes. But that is his choice. We have 84 million Nigerian registered voters. And everybody would endorse somebody.
I think the number is now over 90 million.
Yes. Somebody will endorse somebody. So why is it strange for Obasanjo to endorse one person? That is natural. And that is his choice. Others should now pick their choice and campaign for the person. So we have too many problems in this country to be, distracted by one person's endorsing this one appointment. How does one affect an average Nigerian? Endorsement. And so what? Would that translate to food?
But one of the things,
employment for people, education for the poor, food.
One of the things he has said that he did say in his letter that has now angered your party, because we also read the reaction coming from Garba Shehu, speaking for the presidency, is the allusion to the fact that Nigeria has moved from the frying pan to fire in the last 7.5 years, and the figure of over 100 million Nigerians now experiencing multidimensional poverty. So the conversation has been, how is the APC reacting to the performance of the incumbent president? And how much impact will it have on the chances of your candidate in February?
My own position on this criticism, every administration will be criticized. There is no perfect administration.
Indeed.
Everybody will try their best and hand over to the next person. That is the purpose of democracy. If you are going to solve all the problems, there will be no need for another election. Let us identify the problem. There are problems. There are positive part of it. But there is nobody to deny that we are not in crisis. But what is the solution to those crises? That is what Nigeria want to listen to. If you are going to be lamenting on what has happened, how does someone affect the future of the country? Let researchers now identify the problems and tell us the solutions. Nigerian journalists should pick people who will come to television to tell us solutions, not to lament on what has been happening 20 years ago, 30 years ago. Countries don't develop like that. We are moving fast. Our children want to listen to solutions, not problems, not lamentation. It doesn't create confidence in the citizens of a country. I want to go to the best university. When I finish, I'm in JSS1. What is my future? I'm in SS2. I'm going to do JAM. What are my chances of getting admission? Who is going to fund? Everybody has been to the university before. At the university level, whatever everybody is saying outside doesn't concern you. It's that education that concerns you, and you want to get out of it with flying colors. You want to get fed. You want to get accommodation. You want your teacher to give you the best lecture so that you can be competitive anywhere in the world. That is what a university undergraduate or even a student in secondary school will be thinking about, not about endorsement, not about lamentation.
Yeah, but this endorsement...
What is the future holding for us?
You agree with me, Senator, that this endorsement matters for political parties?
No!
No, it does, because we have seen consultations amongst the top candidates seeking these endorsements. In 2019, in 2015, the same Obasanjo we're talking about.
It is
also
ceremonial.
Solidarity.
We are politicians.
Are you saying it has no impact on the way and manner?
Very little. Very little. We have 133 million Nigerians living below poverty. So endorsement matters to them. That is the food they are going to eat. That is the hospital they are going to attend.
Nobody
the school their children will attend.
But you agree with me that nobody has emerged president in this country without having majority support of incumbent governors. Some will say that also
It is
matters.
ceremonial. I'm assuring you. Elections are not won on the pages of newspaper or on television. The majority of voters are inside the houses. They don't even have electricity to listen to television. They cannot read newspapers. How many Nigerians are educated to read newspapers?
So you're saying that a politician who doesn't have the party structure,
yes,
and the endorsement of the past leaders can win this election?
Which party leaders? They don't matter to me, honestly. Because when you are campaigning, the people who you are talking to will not ask you whether somebody has endorsed your candidate. What they will ask you, are we going to have food? Are we going to have the best education? I have 5 children at home that are graduates. How are they going to be employed? You know?
Your position
what is the future? Which primary health care will I attend in my locality when I have malaria?
I get your point, Senator. It will mean that your position would definitely interest a candidate like the Labour Party candidate who has been accused of not having the party structure. I think you have also even mentioned that his party doesn't have the membership it takes to win an election. Don't you think the position will encourage him that, well, if Senator Adesha is saying this, I mean, perhaps I can win this election as well?
It's a good candidate, no doubt. But it's in a hurry. You don't build that kind of structure to win an election within a year. It doesn't work out. It will perform in certain, constituencies, no doubt at all. But I believe that the future belongs to him. He should carry on and build up for future. He has a future. But, the volume of membership in the rural areas, in non-urban area, is very important. I'm from Ikorodu. I can't imagine a Peter Obi saying that he's going to win one single polling unit. How? Who is there to represent him? Who are his agents? He doesn't even have House of Assembly, House of Rep, Senator. So if you don't have that kind of, is it only you that everybody will vote for, and you don't have a supplementary, candidate that will hold on for you as your representative in the House of Assembly?
Is it possible
the Senate,
that,
House of Rep?
Is it possible that you're underestimating the number of new voters who have just registered?
The new voters belong to us too, because they will listen to us. They don't know Peter Obi. That is the tragedy of our own politics. It is not a municipal politics. It's a rural population politics. They don't know him.
Out of some 12 million new voters during the continuous voter registration, I think some 2.7 voters were not accepted. So we're looking at 9 million. And INEC is telling us that some over 7 million out of those 9 millions are voters who have never voted before. They are young voters. You and I don't know who those people are, but we know that they are between the age of 18 and 35. I have heard the APC's reaction to online comments and what appears to be the popularity of some candidates online. Some would say nobody really knows who the 7 million voters are and who they're going to vote for. Is your party not concerned about that?
Look, they will vote, no doubt. The man is not going to score 0. He's going to cause significant number, but definitely it's not going to be enough to give him victory. No. It needs time for so many other people to be convinced, because these youths also, their life depends on some leaders in that community. When the chips are down and elections are over, who are they going to go to if their children want to go to school? If their children are looking for employment, are they going to go for Peter Obi? So politics is local. Even these young people that are probably saying they're going to vote Peter Obi, in the community they live, they have leaders they reference. They have leaders they rely on. They can never be isolated because they are not developed enough to get everything they want in the country. They will probably need a leader to support them, whatever they are doing. And if they deviate totally and not follow that leadership, they are alone. They will be isolated. So we need time to develop the minds of our younger people to be independent in developing themselves for the future. So they still rely on many elders in that community who they would listen to. Yes, they have their reservation. They may not like what the leader is saying, but not all of them will say so.
Senator Ogule, you don't seem to have much regard for all these endorsements, but let's talk about the G5 governors. The Benue State governor has now seemed to have gone the way of the former President Olusegun Obasanjo. It leaves us with 4 more. We're probably going to hear about that decision tomorrow. Well, was there really a meeting between Asiwaju and the G5 governors? And is
some people APC saying no, some are saying yes. But I'm sure they cannot persuade Asiwaju enough. Asiwaju is a senior politician. So whatever you are saying, you will look at your face and your antecedent. And he will not abandon his own people in your state to favor you. He will injure himself too. Because he doesn't know how sincere you are. If you can fight your party like that to favor me, okay, what about the people that are in my favor before you? What will I do for them? Can you collapse all your structure to favor them? And the timing is defective. Nominations have closed. Myself, I pity the G5 governors. Look, they will wreck PDP and they will wreck themselves. There will be no winner out of all of them. And it's going to be to the advantage of APC. Why? Under the Electoral Act and Nigerian Constitution, INEC does not recognize any governor in whatever form. They recognize the party. INEC will relate only to the party, not to the governor. So if today IU decides to dissolve all the ESCO of all the governors, dissolve their wards, dissolve their FG ESCO,
and put a
caretaker committee there, those people who are contesting election under that governor, senators, House of Rep, they will run to the caretaker committee and abandon the governor because the governor cannot help them anymore. Because INEC will not listen to the governor again. INEC will listen to the caretaker committee. So what will the governor do? Those people will abandon them. It is inexperience that is making them make so much noise.
Is that the way you think the PDP will go? Should the G5 governors come up tomorrow to support?
If you want to destroy the party, let's destroy it together. And they will all suffer. And I pity them. That will be their end politically. Because nobody is going to trust them again.
It seems you're not counting on this inter-party, inter-party collaboration to favor the APC. The point I'm trying to make is that there are insinuations.
With or without them, APC will win. APC is not zero in all those states. No. APC is close to 45-50%. There is no state that you don't have enough, membership, both in APC and PDP. So you cannot claim to say that you are going to control 70%. It's not possible. It's not possible.
But they have to an extent the structures and the finances needed during election.
If they have the structure on their side, if IU takes over the structure from them, where are they going to fund?
You don't think that as governors, before they can make that move, they would have secured the structure within the states?
No, there will be dissidents. You cannot control.
Because it matters. What matters now is how the people vote. It wouldn't matter who the caretaker committees are. It would matter who has the interest of the people within the respective states.
Who will the candidate? That is Senator, House of Rep, House of Assembly, and the governor. Who is it going to relate to? Is it the governor or the structure of the party? Is INEC going to listen to the governor or the structure of the party? Who is going to produce the list of the agents? It has happened to us before. When we were in PDP, 2 weeks to our election, Our leadership changed our agents, changed the structure of the party, ESCO. At the polling unit, 2 people fighting as agents were PDP members. How would we have won? It is the most dangerous thing to do. Don't fight the party. The party is supreme. INEC does not know you. Nigerian Constitution does not know a governor. Nigerian Constitution recognizes the party. And IU is the party.
Interesting days ahead, Senator Oguntoye. All right, so let's talk about regional politics, because your opening statement was about the millions of votes from the Northwest and then the Southwest. So there's this narrative about the 30-year jinx. I don't know if you've heard about it, how the Southwest has reportedly shown a track record of not being united in the support of its candidates at some strategic junctures in history. So some have made reference to Awolowo's experience in 1963, MKO Abiola's experience 30 years later in 1993, and now it's another 30 years. Are you comfortable with the regional support your candidate currently garners ahead of this election?
Honestly, we cannot assume it. A Yoruba man is a discerning person. Whether he's educated or not, he knows about politics. He knows the advantages of winning an election. And he can never be fooled by whatever we are saying that he has not seen an evidence. A Yoruba person in the Southwest loves education. Even if our mothers, they don't have money, they don't have anything, their pride is in the education of their child. That is what they enjoy in any community.
Indeed.
My child is going to school. My child is a university student. Whatever money you have doesn't matter. If you are not educated in a family, your money is useless, because they will look at you as money means road. So that is what you think and talk to a Yoruba person. Education, prosperity, commerce, good health services, full employment for their children. They won't mind. Who are you? Have you done it before? What is your track record? Show us evidence. Are we benefiting from it? And they will make reference to Lagos. And whatever form you want to think about it, they will have somebody who has resided in Lagos and who can confirm that Lagos prosperity is here. If you put a bottle of water on the front page of your house, it will sell in Lagos. Anything will sell. There's prosperity here. How was it possible to have that level of prosperity in Lagos State? And they will refer to Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And the Yoruba man will say, that is correct. I'm from Lagos. I go to buy things in Ukiari. I go to market in Ojota. I go to Ketu market. That's why I buy things. Okay, is that the reason why Lagos is like that? No, that is prosperity. So, but you have to tell them, don't assume that they're going to vote for you. The message must be clear and unambiguous.
Let us attempt to put all the stakeholders on the way and see where it shifts, so we know where Afenifere, well, the one in Lagos, because they seem to have been divided now, we know where they stand. We just talked about the former president's letter. We know where he stands. There are also the governors in the Southwest. We don't know where the Oyo State governor is going to go eventually. But if you look at Lagos, for instance, there is your former party, the PDP, is also saying that it's Lagos for Lagos, that it's time for a an air of fresh breath, as it were. When you look at all of these multiplicity of stakeholders, would you say that Asiwaju still has the popularity of support?
Are you talking about Southwest or
in the Southwest? Yes.
There is no doubt. Because all you need to do is to implant in them what he has done. The prosperity he has brought to Lagos. Don't mind people who say Lagos is still the epicenter of commerce in this country. And traders, can you tell a trader in the Southwest that Lagos is not a commercial center? That's where he comes to buy goods on a daily basis to sell in the Southwest. That's where his children are going to school. Come and see the influx of children in the Southwest in Lagos State schools. And they are not discriminated against, they are absorbed. Those are the people they will ask questions about, or Lagos influence is tremendous. And they have already, there are more people from the Southwest in Lagos, particularly East Senatorial District, right? Then part of West. Central is more like a, 50-50. These are the people that will tell their children when they go to school, when they go home. So you cannot just say Lagos without talking about the Southwest. The composition of Lagos will be close to 30% from other people from the Southwest.
And you're not concerned about the growing opposition in Lagos as well?
It is of little effect. The leadership of opposition party in Lagos, I'm a member of APC. What? I don't worry at all.
How do you mean?
I have been there before. I know what I'm talking about. PDP have lost over 350,000 members in the last 10 years. To my mind, they are very thin on ground.
Apparently, you're one of them.
Many. When I'm talking about me, we are talking about another 50,000. Because I'm a networker. We build the network from zero Peter. I'm a party. So we have many. And we have all moved. So where they need a lot of time to rebuild. And this is not the time for them to do any. Yes, they will have impact in certain constituencies, no doubt. But it will not be enough to even be 5%.
It would
honestly
seem that the infighting within the opposition PDP hasn't also helped matters. Do you think the time is too short to have a proper reconciliation?
I'm not a member of their party. Ask them.
Particularly between Atiku and the G5 government?
No. Ask them. I don't pray they should fuse together. I pray they should fight.
You think APC is the biggest beneficiary of this?
No, we are not going to be beneficiary, but we are going to be close to victory. The more they fight, the happier we are.
The more the infighting continues. All right, so we're going to go on a short break. When we return, you talked about the millions of votes in the North. We have seen how the incumbent president has garnered a particular number of votes throughout the 4 times he had contested. But some are saying how much support is actually what you're getting from the presidency. The president himself promised to lead this campaign, but we've only seen him at the inaugural launch. We'll talk about that as well as other matters arising.